I'm watching the birds in my new bird feeders. I've bought 3 bird feeders, and Adrian said to me, "How much money are you spending on bird feeders?" And I said, "Not enough. They are out here and I am watching the wild birds eat, and it is so wonderful." I've come online to say hello to you, to share a bit of news, and to see how you are. Could you let me know that you can hear me? Because in the last video I did, there was an annoying sound of a fan. I think it was my rapidly dying computer. So, hello, Maya. So in this one, I've placed my phone away from the computer. I'm in the kitchen. The air conditioner is on, so it's really warm. Hello, Shannon. So you may hear the fan from the air conditioning. Oh, that's awesome, Courtney. I'm glad to hear that. I'm in my summer dress because it's in the messy kitchen, and I've balanced the phone against the kettle. Very professional. Thank you so much, Ivan. That's very kind. I love doing what I do. I love creating content. I love living in South Australia with Adrian. I love creating content. Hello, David. Welcome. It's a little static. Is there a lot of static, Shannon, or just a little? I'm a little bit concerned it's my phone. I hope that it's not my phone. Maybe I got something stuck in the microphone. Thank you so much, Courtney. Could you let me know whether the static is a lot or a little, because it could be the air conditioning in this room. Thank you so much, Jinama. Only a little. Okay, thanks, Courtney. Well, hopefully it's the air conditioning because it's so hot here. We've got fans, air conditioning. I've got a little Buddha water feature that Adrian bought me for my birthday that's here, and that makes a little whirring noise as well. Shannon, I'm so sorry about the static. I wonder if it's... I'm just going to blow the bottom of the microphone. I think it's maybe my phone. Purple, thank you. Oh, I'm glad it doesn't bother you. I'm sorry about that. I'm going to hold it up now. It's... Do you want to see my garden? I've been working really, really hard on it. Thank you. Thanks for your tolerance. Love for life. What do I call you, love for life? Hello, Shannon. Now I'm going to show my garden. I'm so excited about this garden, so get ready to give me accolades. Dun, dun, dun. I don't know if you can see that. It's my Buddha I brought from Queensland and Victoria. It's the bird. If you can see that, and here over here is the birds. I hope you can see that. Am I in love? Yes, I am in love for the first time in a very long time with Adrian. He's very different to me, but also similar, and it's really exciting. Lovely connect. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. The garden, I just love the garden. I find it so healing. I love to be in it. Thank you. I'll show you progress shots, because when I first came here, and Adrian works like 16 hours a day, it was just dirt, just plain dirt. Oh, thank you so much. I have somebody that writes my music from India, and he's been doing that for years. His name's Ajit. So I would consider using other music, but I need to speak to Ajit because he's my friend now. Hello. Yes, hands in the soil. That's a great phrase, isn't it? Hands in the soil. It's kind of like a metaphor for life. When I first came here, and I've shared that I've been really grieving. When I first came here, I mean, I'm still grieving, but I'm much better. I just found by putting my hands in the dirt and watering the soil and planting things and feeding the birds. It was such a profound sense of healing. Oh, Courtney, I really appreciate it. If you want to send me anything, I'd love to listen to it. I have become friends with Ajit. So yeah, he's from Pune in India. Oh, thank you. It's interesting with music because people kind of are really strong and they say it needs music. No, it doesn't need music. It's too loud. It's too quiet. And everyone is absolutely resolute that their perception of the sound is right. So you need to speak slower, Lauren. You need to speak faster, much slower, more music, less music. It's interesting, yeah. Gardening is incredibly healing. It's incredibly healing. Yeah, it is. It's I should record myself gardening and then have that as the backdrop. But I'm not very good at videoing, so yeah, that would be interesting, but I could give it a go. Yeah, I'm helping something to grow, and you could say that something is me as well as the plants. Oh, thank you, Shannon. Have you listened to my last two? Because there is a good thing about South Australia, the cockatoos, and they're so loud. I can't get a recording in without the sounds of the birds now. So if you listen to my recordings, there's so many birds, I can't edit them out. Oh, thank you, Courtney. I really appreciate you saying that. So many people would say that it needs music. It's thank you so much for that. I really, really appreciate that very, very much. Reminding you all, affirming with your permission that we are starting the meditation course on Patreon. If you follow me on Patreon, there's no obligation to stay with it. It's a minimum of $5 a month. You can cancel anytime. And I'm starting a number of courses and you get 3 times the content ad-free. There's my ad for myself. Thank you so much. Love for Life, one, thank you. Oh, yes, that one, that Shannon, the rain one. The weather here is, it's so different to Victoria. The dirt here is bright red, like an amazing red, like somebody dyed it. And the electrical storms are like off a movie. They vein out and just cascade across the whole sky, and I just get so excited about them. I've never had any interest in South Australia, none, until I met Adrian, and that changed. And now I'm learning to love South Australia. It's a state that's never interested me before now. But I feel very creative here. Thank you. Well, I appreciate that comment very much. Thank you for saying that. I really love creating content, and I love reading research, academic research about how to improve sleep and how to reduce stress. And I, as you are aware, I inject that into the meditations. Look at my hair. I definitely haven't put effort into my appearance to speak with you. I love the rain and thunder. Is the dirt clay? Yes. I don't know the answer to that because I'm not a soil expert, but it's really hard and bright red, before I came here, I didn't know this dirt existed. Australia is massive, like seriously massive. So I've never been to Western Australia and I've never been to Southern Australia. Thank you, Jean Kind. I really appreciate it. Good on you for doing chanting. I've been really into chanting Om Namah Shivaya, and Mani Padme Hum. Yeah, I actually was going to go and do volunteer work in Nepal with a Buddhist nunnery after the thing that happened to me, the grief, but I ended up not going, which was a tale in itself. Thank you. I'm reading the comments, and with the mobile phone, they flash on so quickly, it's hard to see them and respond, Courtney. I've been at Meal Schlifts. Is that German? Meal Schlifts? Do you believe in God? I do believe in God. But I think that each person deserves respect as long as their beliefs have good intent. I think that a belief in God should not be cause for any conflict on any level. Oh, thank you, Chidnima. You're so lovely. What a lovely thing to say. Goodness me. Good morning, Maddie. It's morning in, oh no, it's midday. It's midday in Australia. It's 12:18. Hello, Joe. Hi. After this video, I'm going to attempt to walk, but it's 40 degrees. Now that's Celsius. So I don't know what that is Fahrenheit, but 40 degrees Celsius. Very, very warm. 2:18 a.m. in the UK. The meditation course I'm running through Patreon will have a couple of time zones to allow for everyone's interesting time zone. Does anyone else here speak a light language? I have to say, Love for Life 1, I don't know what a light language is. I have not heard that phrase before. Thank you, great-grandfather. Mischlifts, is this German? Mischlifts? It is boiling here. Oh, okay, Courtney, that's really fascinating. I totally believe in that. I've got so many stories there as well. Yes, I have watched Alan Watts and I've listened to him a lot. Absolutely. 9:19 in North Carolina. Well, we've got early morning, we've got midday, and we've got evening. Interesting, isn't it? Yeah, what is a light language? Busily reading the comments. Good night, Maddie. Oh, Misha, I see, I read it incorrectly. Good on you for lifting weights, Misha. Oh, Misha lifts, that's so funny. And I was reading it, that is hilarious. Yeah, I love Alan Watts. Oh, that's interesting, Courtney. Wow. The light language sounds really interesting. I'm reading Love for Life now. Gee, everybody is so fascinating here. Wouldn't it be great if we could sit around the dinner table? Hi, Zoe. Wow. Weight loss hypnosis. I do, Misha, I do. I haven't done one for a while. I would like to compete in bodybuilding I was going to do April, but I'm not going to be ready, so I'm looking at October. So it's an area I would like to do something on. That's a good point. Okay, we're reading more about light languages. That is a topic all in its own. Wow. Well, I wanted to talk a little bit about goals. Okay. Christian, wow. Chidnima, I know about speaking in tongues I've been brought up as a Christian. So I know my parents used to attend what would I call them? Masses where people would talk in tongues. Very, very interesting. Wow. I can see you all talking to each other. It's almost like I'm witnessing this, like I'm spectating. It's fascinating. Is the static still bad? I think my microphone on my phone might be damaged. Oh, there is an air conditioner here. Maybe it's the air conditioner. Wow, you're all talking to each other. It's so interesting. I might go and sit in the lounge. Yes, you can see that we are getting some plastering done up here. Oh, no static. Yay! Maybe it was, yeah, my phone's a little bit old now. Just going to sit down on my couch and look out at my garden. You see my garden out there? I'm very excited about that garden. Light static. I think I might have to clean my microphone. I think that it's the microphone. Okay, some of you can hear static, some of you can't. Well, at least some of you, I think it's my phone, Shannon. At least I use a separate microphone for recording the meditations. Marcos, are you asking where I'm from? I'm from Australia. I lived in Victoria. It is really warm here. I lived in Victoria all my life. My parents died in a week. Then something truly awful happened. So I travelled around Australia grieving. And I met Adrian. And we became friends for a long time. And now I'm here with Adrian. And it's wonderful and surprising, unexpected. Got my hair. I could have put a little bit more effort in, couldn't I? At least you know I'm comfortable with you. I wanted to talk. I want to talk about goals, but I keep reading. Oh, I'm so sorry about your daughter. I'm so sorry about your daughter. Is there a high-pitched sound? Wow. Oh, you're lovely. You're lovely. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. It's really exciting being in love. It's really because I've had a difficult 24 years for my own reasons, not relating to my behavior or anything I've done. And it's been really challenging. And the journey through grief has been fascinating. Yeah, compassion to you and your daughter. I'm so sorry. Hi, Tiffany. Esa, I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. I will pray that that changes. Thank you, La Tremenda. Yeah, the things we experience. No regarding the high-pitched tone. Wow, there's so much conversation here. I don't even need to talk. SR, again, I feel for you. I really feel for you. In my last live, I talked about goals and the importance of goals, not because of the destination, but because of the journey. Keep setting your goals. Lonsdale 1537, I do believe that my microphone's playing up, and I just think that's what's happening. I'm sorry. At least I use a different microphone for my meditations. I'll listen back to this recording and Yaya. Is that Yaya? How you say it? Yaya? Thank you. Thank you for your compliment and all the emojis. Thanks, Courtney. I think goals are important, not in isolation, but the journey and the progression towards goals can be part of the recipe which defines us. We are goal driven as human beings. Now, I'm not saying the goal at the cost of everything else, but the journey towards achieving a goal, and if you look at a goal, it's any learning. Anything we work towards learning is a goal. So the actions towards a goal define us, our behavior defines us. Our skin ages, we grow older. It is our behavior and the choice of our behavior which defines us. New Year's Eve is a cleansing time to turn over a page and reassess the direction of our life. I'm not saying that we should be obsessive about goals at the cost of all else. I think it is a variable within the journey of life. Thank you, SR. There's so much more to the story, as you can possibly imagine with what you said before. I'm very, very lucky to meet Adrian. He's very different to me, and I would not have considered him 10 years ago, 15 years ago. It's been growth of wisdom. He's very wise, caring, compassionate. How to work through or in the process of accomplishing the goal when it's slow. I actually, Yaya or Yo-Yo, I actually am into being slow at the moment. Think slowly, speak slowly, process slowly, being in the moment. I've done quite a few meditations recently. I'm speaking fast now, where I speak slowly, think slowly, and I watch my mind through the day to notice any agitation of the mind, any speeding up of the mind, and I bring it back to slow. So I think the word slow, the experience of slow is pivotal to our wisdom. Okay, I understand Love for Life one. All right. I feel like I don't need to speak because there's such a conversation going on in the chat here that I could get a cup of tea and just read. Okay. Thank you, SR. I really appreciate it. I feel that I've come together recently. Yes, I think to see a goal in intricate detail, the more we paint that goal or imagine that goal, visualize the goal, the greater our propensity to manifest. Manifesting requires intricate detail in what we see, what we feel, what we believe, the values we hold. I am a big believer in goal setting, providing the goal setting does not encourage an energy that blinds all other energies. So the energy of setting and achieving goals has virtue if it allows us to sit in the present as part of the process. Hello there. You're very lucky, Love for Life. I think we're really lucky when we meet the one. I would continue to say that we don't need the one and they don't exist, etc. I would question that now. I'm really lucky. Chidima, congratulations. How fascinating. Yeah, it's fascinating, isn't it? Interesting waters to navigate. Yeah. We are a sum of the way we internalize past experience and memory. I haven't had awesome, amazing, consistent, loving relationships I have in my family. So my experience was a sum of that. And to meet Adrian has been confronting in that I reassess the way I see relationships now. Ah, you had a good year on your own, alone but not lonely. That's a lovely way to put it, isn't it? My hand is getting sore holding the phone up because I don't have a stand. I got in the car to come to visit Adrian. It was a 29-hour trip and I never went back. I didn't understand when I drove over here that it required driving across Australia. And when you drive across Australia, you drive through cattle stations. And there were hundreds and hundreds, I'd say thousands of kangaroos and goats and cattle. And I had my second car accident while travelling. It's the potholes that does it. But it was an amazing drive with the red earth and the sunsets and the kangaroos. It was just so memorable. Yeah, great-grandfather, it's lovely. Jean Kind, I love that. We've got this theme going of talking about being in love, which I love. There was a big change in me, SR. My dad was very unwell with Parkinson's, and Dad had helped me at the end of my marriage when my husband left me. So I wanted to help my father, and I felt indebted to him, but he wouldn't have wanted me to help him. I was his full-time carer for, I don't know, 2 years, 1.5 years, something like that, full-time. And we had other staff as well. And I focused so much on the children and my father's health that I kind of forgot who I was. I think it was a great time. I think it was really important to do what I did. And I enjoy looking back on looking after Dad. But focusing on looking after the children was an obsessive pursuit. And towards the end, as I've said before, I had one client murdered, a friend die, my parents die, all in the space of 2 weeks, 3 weeks, something like that. And then something else happened. Oh, wow. Okay. I'm reading the threads underneath I feel like I'm a witness to this video, a spectator. So many interesting things that we're talking about. Again, advertising, letting you know about my meditation course and my cozy cuppers, which are drop-ins where we chat on Patreon. My content is financially supported by Patreon. If you would like to help me, there is no pressure. Subscribe and support me for a period of time that suits you on Patreon, and it makes my content possible. Gee whiz, love for life. Yes, yeah, it was as precious to you as giving birth to your children. Yeah, that's a good comparison. I found witnessing my father leaving this earth, this mortal earth, and the 8 days prior, Mum died, I told Dad, and he stopped eating. And died 8 days later. It was an absolute privilege to witness his death, and I mean, of course, it was very stressful. It was also lovely. Thank you, Courtney. Good night, Courtney. Sleep well. I'll speak to you again. We will do these things again. Sleep well. I'm doing more of the things I enjoy because I feel joy. I don't feel 100% joy. I feel very sad as well. But I have growing joy, and we can always feel grief and joy at the same time as well. Wow, Courtney, 10 years. We should have an anniversary. Thank you so much. Well, I'll go as well, Courtney, soon, but I'll go to try and bear the heat to go for a walk. It's really too hot to walk. I'm going to give it a go and carry some water. I will leave soon. Please keep in mind my Patreon Peaceful Collective financially supports my content, and I produce courses and a lot more bonus content on Patreon. Thank you, Karen. Thank you so much for subscribing, for sharing, for commenting. All those help me. When you subscribe, you help me. When you share, you help me. When you comment, you help me. Thank you, Jean. Well, I might go for a walk. I thought I'd step in, say hello, remind you to keep on track with your goals. Forgive yourself when you go divert off the main causeway, and then get back on and stay on track with your goals. Goals is the theme of the moment. It's not the only thing important in life. Love to you, Shannon. I'm going to go now, and thank you. Bye, lovelies. Bye.